Hey everybody, Steven here with Small Family Adventures. I'd like to welcome you back. This is a different part of an adventure. You know, when you have adventures, you have highs and lows. And during our adventure here, we are hitting a low. You may have noticed that we did not do a Sunday family devotional. And, well, that's because you may have remembered talking about aging parents, right? Well, my father has passed on. He has gone to be with the Lord, and we've been busy working with that. And I sure covet your prayers. If you are a believer, just pray to God. Would you? Surely would appreciate that. And going through some of my father's things, um, part of adventures is just doing what needs to be done, doing the right thing, making the proper decisions, not blaming yourself, not blaming your past, checking things though and correcting and doing the right thing, working hard for what you get and not always getting a handout. And my dad was like that. He worked hard. And I have some things with me. First of all, I have his hat. Um, that I'm borrowing. He had served on the USS Yorktown, and he was a sailor. 20 years he served our country, and in that he uh, he worked hard. He learned organizational skills. He learned how to not be controlled by his emotions that would keep him from working, um, which is something that I find I struggle with myself. Um, but that he would just work anyways. He would get the job done no matter what. And he's been like that all through my life. I've seen that. I went out to his workshop. I found his hat. Look at this hat. He Now he never had this particular hat when I was growing up, but he did a lot of gardening. Money was tight sometimes, and or to keep it from being tight, he grew his own food. I love that. In fact, my first show for kids, because I'm a family entertainer, was when I was about 12 years old, and I did a little magic show for the fellow neighbor kids around, and I did that in front of. He had this beautiful set of Concord grapes, this beautiful line of them, and it was there, and then he had a garden full of all kinds of vegetables and raspberries and cherry trees, and he was a hard worker at it. Hard worker at it. He got done what needed to get done. He didn't, and because of that, there was times that we didn't spend with him. You know, because he had to work. He knew he had a family to feed, and he wasn't going to push that on somebody else. And that doesn't mean we didn't get help from other people, because I'm sure we did. But he did what needed to be done. Now, another one, I found this little hammer, this little tack hammer. Look at that. And I remember this guy because I loved the little magnets that were on it when I was a kid. We'd play with nails on it and make it stick magically. But either way, they would find really good furniture that it was solid but just needed to be new covering, right? New fabric put on. They would, and I say they, him being my mom, um, they would actually tear that thing apart. There was no pattern, so they would carefully take off and use the old panels from, let's say, a couch, and use that to create a new good looking couch. And you know what? As a team, they actually did very, very good with that. Um, and that saved money. He put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that stuff with this hammer. And then I have this hammer right here. This brings up a lot. Look at the paint on there. Marks out and then worn down just from use. This is a good hammer, actually. I'm surprised it's lasted such a long time. The stories with this thing. Lots of building in the house. We had an old house. It was an old farmhouse that had been moved into the city. The paint reminds me of the dining room. When we moved in, it was all peach. Everything was painted peach. The doorknobs were peach. The woodwork was peach. Everything was peach. Peachy keen, right? Well, he stripped all that woodwork, and he made it look beautiful. They put all kinds of stuff in there. All stuff meaning paint in certain spots, wallpaper in other spots, on the ceiling. Oh, this gave him a lot of hard time, and I think a few curse words that he had to ask God for forgiveness for saying. But he took the spackling that you would normally just paste over on the ceiling, like some popcorn ceilings and stuff. Well, he didn't want that. He went and he took plaster and put it up there, and then he took this brush and thousands of brush strokes where he would just take it and he'd twist it up there so he had little circles. It was beautiful. He did a really good job and a lot of work to do that. This hammer involved, he at least replaced the roof at least one time, and I helped out with that. I remember stepped on a nail, and he was such a good father in getting that out and keeping it clean. I had a tetanus shot already, so I didn't have to worry about that. But, it's part of the adventure. It's part of a family adventure, doing the right thing. And so that's my lesson, really, in thoughts today, that God has just really worked in and through. And lessons that I could learn from my dad, really, and pass on. Life is an adventure, and things need to get done. We don't always get a chance to go out and go driving and go do the, jumping from mountains or down water slides or whatnot. Our adventure sometimes is just life itself. Getting out there and doing things, not cowering, not blaming others, but doing it ourselves. There comes a point in time that as a person, 25, 30 years old, are you going to keep on blaming your parents for what they did? I couldn't do that. I can't do that. I'm in my 50s now, and I still can't do that. I have to stand up. I have to be the man that God created me to be and work hard. That's the deal. Work. It's not always fun. Doesn't always smell good, doesn't always look good, but it has to get done in order to get our responsibilities proper. So that's it for today. A little melancholy, I know, a little teachy maybe, but love my dad. I'm going to try to do a couple more of these videos like this, just short and thoughts about my papa. Loved him so. Not perfect, but he was a good man who worked hard, and I thank God for him. This is Stephen, Small Family Adventures. From our family to yours, have an amazing day, okay? I'll see you soon. Bye.